Back to the channel, fam. Welcome back to the channel. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell. It's simple. Now check it out, fam. We are back with Dealify, and today we're checking out Sigma SEO. It's by the creators of FastWriter.io, one of my favorite tools for creating content, specifically ebook type, blog type content, in a matter of just about 10 or so minutes. But with this one, Sigma SEO is the ultimate multi-language SEO strategy built to help you 4x your Google traffic and boost conversions. Now that's quite a claim to make. So let's look into some of the features it says it has. So topical map generation, BOFU title generation. That's curious. I wonder what that is. Entity optimized content, multi-language SEO, smart integrations with GetPage.site and Dropbox, and default preferences. Right? It's everything you need to publish content Google loves while driving real business results. Now here's one of the highlights: humanized AI content. And we're going to put that to the test with some of the AI detectors to see if it's really like that. Complete SEO strategies, actionable insights, seamless scaling, right? And you get all of this. PSEO, no API keys. We love that. No credits to manage, and the pricing is transparent. Content creators and bloggers, agencies and SEO professionals, e-commerce and SaaS brands, startups and small businesses, or global teams. If your goal is to dominate Google without wasting time or budget, Sigma SEO was made for you. Simple, and that's valid. Right? So real-time keyword research. Discover up to 900 related keywords. Accurate search volume data. Keyword difficulty scores. CPC data and related keyword suggestions. And they also got the cloud integration. You can save and access anywhere using Dropbox, dual format saving with Markdown and Microsoft Word docx. Cloud storage security with Dropbox and smart organizations. Files come pre-named with timestamps and neatly organized into dedicated folders. You got some testimonials here. And on Dealify, they have the lifetime deal. And I'm going to show you why it's a beautiful thing in a minute, because we're going to check out the actual website. But for $99, you get everything here. This right here is a separate thing to purchase. I'm going to show you what it is. I don't think it's on Dealify, but I'll show you what this actually is and how everything kind of works together, but even separately on its own, it creates content that you can use. Right? So that's all for $99. Right? So, once again, here's why buying from a lifetime deal platform is beautiful, because I'm going to show you the difference between buying here and when you engage in business with the team on their official website. 30-day money-back guarantee. We love that. If you're not satisfied with it, you could return and just send them a message. Start the process for the refund as soon as possible. We like that. So they go into discuss more about what tools are used for generating the humanized AI content. So they use the Sigma SEO and the stealth and bypass. And it shows the languages that are supported a lot more than FastWriter. So we got from English, right? English, Estonian, Danish, Dutch, French, German, Indonesian, Italian, Latvian, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, Norwegian, Portuguese, Romanian, Spanish, and Swedish. So you got a whole bunch of languages that's supported. And what is Programmatic? I think it's Programmatic or Programmatic SEO. Programmatic SEO is a strategy that automates the creation of SEO optimized content at scale using structured data and templates. It allows users to generate large volumes of targeted pages or blog posts, optimize it for specific keywords or head terms to boost search engine rankings efficiently. So if you pair this up with a good keyword research tool, or even the research tool they have here, you should be able to rank. And no API keys, so that's a beautiful thing. And if you're a fan of WordPress, WordPress is not my jam, but if you're a fan of WordPress and you have that, you have full WordPress integration, which means right from the software, you can take your blog content and push it into draft mode on WordPress right from the software. So that's a beautiful thing. But now that we done seen, let's check out this founder note right here before we go over to their official website. So what they're saying here is, when we started building Sigma SEO, we were frustrated by how complicated and fragmented SEO had become. To do things right, you had to juggle 5 different tools, spend hours rewriting AI content to avoid detection, and still feel unsure if your strategy would actually work. So they created Sigma SEO to change that. Powerful SEO, human, accessible to everyone. That's their mission. Make SEO powerful, human, accessible to everyone. And we can appreciate that here in this channel, right? Options matter, and we like simple. So, that being said, we done checked out the Dealify page. Let's head over to the official page right here, and we can check out their page. All right, already logged in. And just, it gives a little bit of information about some of the features. There was the stealth, the bypass, the strategy, the insights, the PSEO, the queries, and obviously no keys. And it has little demos right here. And we're going to go through all of this. And just like that, it literally is going to work just like that when it's doing the draft. Simple. Create all that content in seconds, and you can just copy it and do what you want with it. And that's the stealth. And then converting AI text to humanized content with bypass. So you got 2 options. You got the SEO stealth, and you got the AI bypass. For me, I already got my brand voice, so I'm not really looking for humanize anything, because I use my own human brand voice with any content that I create and put it like it's me speaking it. But for those of you that value having, content that doesn't sound generic and doesn't sound AI, being able to humanize content, that's going to be a beautiful thing, a very useful thing, right? So we're going to create a blog post, and we're going to use one of the AI detection tools to see if it really is humanized, if it passes, or if they're just, maybe just speaking very highly. But sometimes these detection tools for humanized content, they're hit or miss. People read them. As long as the information is valuable, they won't make such a big deal about it. But still, we want to test, because you're making a claim that you can bypass the AI detection tools. So obviously, for my audience, I got to test that. So I'm already logged in. But let's continue looking at the sales page, because I want to show you the difference here than what I just showed you on Dealify. Right? So they got pillar pages, cluster topics, supporting articles, and graph visualization, right? So the BOFU content generator, create high converting bottom of funnel content that turns visitors into customers with AI powered commercial content. So product reviews, comparison guides, buyer's guides, commercial keywords. So we're going to test out all of that today. And then check it out. On the official website, the lifetime deal is not available. And they also do have an extension, which I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll show you what that looks like. But before I do, I just want to let you know. Right? Scroll. I think I scrolled past it. This is the lifetime deal right here for $99 one time. And here you have 3 different tiers. So the $99 plan, it already equals to the Pro yearly, which is $200 a year, right? But they have the $20 plan, the $49 plan, and the $199 plan. So obviously, I don't think there's any free trials on their website, but we could go down and check. And you can see the differences between the tiers is what you have available to. Like, you don't have BOFU here. It doesn't seem like you have entity optimized content here either. Right? So there's a few key differences. And there's about $30 difference between the basic and the monthly, and then $150 between the pro yearly. Well, which should make sense because you're buying for a year. So if you go on the website and you sign up for a sub, all sales are finals. There are exceptions. You got to see the terms of service. So that's one thing to consider. If you do want to try it out, there is no trial. Your best bet is, if you're interested, you go to Dealify, you try it out, you have 30-day money-back guarantee, you use it. If you find it useful, you keep it. If you don't, you can always return it. Right? So it's integrated with Dropbox. I don't have Dropbox, I have Google Drive, but what I would do is I would just copy and paste the content, maybe put it into my Google Docs, and I could just save it there. That's simple for me if I want to keep my generated blog content. But if you do have Dropbox, it can save to your Dropbox. And we discussed what the Programmatic SEO is. So it's saying the average AI detection is circa 17%. So they're saying their target AI detection is assessed by Grammarly.com. It's less than 49% detected as AI. And actually, I need to see that, because that's a bold claim. So let's actually open up Grammarly. I think I'm spelling it wrong. I think it's ARLY. There we go, Grammarly.com. And I just want to make sure I have this popped up. I don't know what it. AI detection. There we go, AI detector. So here it is. So we have that popped up, and we're definitely going to use that to check it out. But there's also another #1 AI detector. I can't remember what it is. I'm going to pause the video and look it up real quick, and I'm going to paste that next to the in the next tab, and I'll resume the video. So hold on, fam. Alright, fam, so we back. So we got Grammarly, we got originality.ai, we got Zero GPT, we got Quailbot, and we have Get Merlin, free AI detector and AI checker tool. So we good to go. But with that being said, let's go on and hop on to the back and see what we're working with. So I just want to show you the dashboard, name, email address, and API key to access the AI SEO Stealth API from external applications. I haven't actually used that feature yet. So I have the GitHub access token and a repository ID, and you don't really need to worry about this unless you have GetSite.page or GetPage.site. I always get it confused, right? Which allows you to pretty much create websites for about 20 cents using Claude, and then from this tool, Sigma SEO, you could push it straight to there. And I may show you an example of that. It's not really necessary because you don't really need it, but they're built to where they work together harmoniously, because you have your website and then you could just create the content using Sigma, and then it pushes it out beautifully. So it's made to work together. But you don't need GetPage.site to use this tool. Just want to put that out there. So we got standard, we got stealth, and we got bypass, and we got entry optimize, and we got strategy. We got programmatic SEO, and we have tools, and we have topical maps. So let's just go through all of them. Let's go with standard, and we're just going to go with affiliate marketing. Look at this, right? So the language, as you can see, all the language they have available is there. We're going to stick with English. And for tone, you have analytical, informative, persuasive, and entertaining. We can just stick with informative. And the word count, we can go up to 1250. In the audience region, these are the regions we could target. We're going to stick with USA and Canada. And this right here, you can use SEO enhancement keywords. I don't have keywords for this, but it's definitely recommended to optimize. You would go and do your keyword research first, and then you would come back here. But we're just testing out the tool itself in the different modes, so we'll just leave it blank for now. And you have first person, third person, and mixed. So I just leave it at mixed. And these are the domains or the subject matter categories. So I don't really see any that falls into what I believe digital, or not digital, but affiliate marketing is. So I'm just going to stick with general. I think general works okay. And then for the complexity level, you have moderate, complex. Let's just say we're doing it for beginners, so we'll just go with low. And markdown format or plain text, we'll just stick with markdown. And you can include a fact section, and you can also include metadata suggestions. So we'll select both, and we'll just double check to make sure that we're good, and we'll hit submit. And it's gonna generate that initial draft. And let's just see how long it's gonna take. I really like tools like this that just makes generating content easy, simple, and it's just literally one and done. I know ChatGPT, Claude has definitely been my favorite in terms of content creating. Just how it writes is just beautiful. And you got Gemini, you got Grok and DeepSeek and all of that. But it's just something about being able to just press a button, use a keyword, and it just be able to write your content. It's just magnificent. But I will say that the LLMs have gotten pretty good at just being able to just, in a collaborative effort, you go back and forth saying, I'm trying to do this, that, and the third, and it's just able to create content and long form content pretty well. But here we have our blog on affiliate marketing. Here it is right here. We have our FAQ, and everything's in Markdown. And we have our metadata suggestions. Nothing too crazy, right? So that's it. Just wanted to show you that. And we could go to our next mode. So we got stealth and we got bypass. So I want to test out stealth. Because I believe stealth, just want to go back and double check what stealth actually does. So stealth is to generate humanized AI SEO blog posts, bypass plagiarism checkers, and bypass detection. So since it's making that claim, we got to put it to the test and see what it's heading on. And this can go up to 2,000 words. So, and I believe this one has professional added, which was different, or not different, but an additional tone that wasn't included in the standard mode. So for AI detection avoidance, we have standard, and then we have high for human-like, so we really want to push it. And we're going to go again with mixed, and we're going to keep things general, and we want to keep things low. And for format, we have markdown rendered, raw, and plain text. And on stealth mode, we can include a FAQ, we can include metadata suggestions, and we can also include image prompts and alt text. So I like all of that. So we just want to hit submit and see what that does. So I'm noticing here in this particular mode, we have more options and we have greater capabilities in the standard mode. And really, I think it has to do with, giving us the option to make things more human-like. And in addition, it also gives us metadata suggestions. I think it gives us metadata suggestions to standard as well, but it actually includes the image prompt and alt text, which the standard mode it did not. And we can see right here that we can switch to DeepSeek. I don't believe in basic mode it had that option to switch to DeepSeek. So we'll see how DeepSeek does, and we're going to test it out in 5 of these AI detection tools to see if it really is able to bypass. It's just taking its time right now. We'll just head back over here. So bypass is basically trans AI content into humanized AI. So I think what that is, we would take a regular blog and just put it in the bypass. So we could just spin something up and see what that looks like. And one thing I want to show you, because I didn't have the actual Chrome extension, but let's head over to ChatGPT, right? So right here, this is the extension for Sigma SEO. Comes with SEO strategy, the SEO blog, and the outrank. And I'm wondering if it has the link here to the actual extension. Just want to see if it does while we're waiting for it to finish. So, and here we have it. Right? So once you install this extension, you'll get those options there in your ChatGPT. Or is this something different? It does say I have it here, but I do not see it here. Book from page speed insights. So that's different. It's different. Here it is, page speed insights. That's the tool. Okay, my bad, family. But moving on. So as you can see, because we picked the option for it to be more human-like and have high AI detection avoidance, it's really taking its time to improve and expand on the content to make sure it is written like a human. So I can appreciate that, but only if, once it's actually complete and we test it out, that it actually passes some of these AI detection tools. Because it's been a little minute. And as you can see, right? So if I have my WordPress credentials, I could just post it right there, or I could just post it to the GitHub repository. And I don't really need to do that right here, because I didn't even show you the GetPage.site. But you can do that, or I could just save it to Dropbox if I had a Dropbox. I kind of wish you had the option to save it to Google Drive or something, but to me it doesn't matter, because I would just copy and paste anyways. But it's not finished yet. But yeah, you can have the option to copy it, refresh, and here it is right here. We have our FAQ, we have our metadata suggestions, and we also have image prompts and alt text. So really, let's just test this out and really see if DeepSeek is going to beat these AI detectors. So hit check text. Well, because it's free, you know, we gotta be mindful of the character limit. So we'll just copy this because that's under 10,000 characters. And we'll see what Grammarly is saying. So off the jump, Grammarly is like, no sir. 65% of this text appears to be AI generated. Right? So that's not good. Let's put it in originality.ai. We'll hit scan. And originality.ai said, no, no, no. That's 100% confident that's AI. So that's also a no-go. The 0GPT. Got it at 46%. Let's check out Quillbot. So because we exceeded the limit, it's not going to let me know. So we'll just, it gave us a partial analysis. So let's just get rid of some of these words. When Quillbot says it's 30%, so Quillbot is the only one that really kind of said, okay, it kind of seems mostly human so far. And then we'll check Merlin. And see what they saying. But so far, I mean, that claim about human detection or AI having a content rather be humanized, it doesn't seem to be beating these AI detection tools, so that's not good. Merlin's having a bit of an error. We'll try again, and if it don't work out, we'll just move on from there. Because these two right here, Grammarly and originality.ai, those are two of the what I would consider two of the bigger names in the AI detection. And this one here pegged it at about 47%. So it's really hit or miss with Sigma SEO. If humanizing your content is something that matters to you, this might not be your go-to. But if you want something that's going to generate content quickly for you, this is definitely something you should consider. Because one, you don't need no subscriptions or anything like that, and you could generate as much as you want. And then once you have your WordPress or your GetPage, you could just take your content, you could paste it, and do whatever you want with it. What I would do is I would definitely take the content, verify it, and then put my own spin on it. But we don't test it out two modes. You test it out the standard, the stealth, and the bypass. So I guess we could put in that same text, right? And it can do about 1,500 words. So we're going to take the same text that it humanized and see how it's going to humanize it again. But it only could do about 1,500 words. So that's a really teeny tiny limit, and we're going to come in just under it. We'll put 1250. We'll put affiliate marketing. All right. Once again, says standard is the default and recommended. Well, standard was the only option there, so we're just gonna have to go with that. And put things low. Keep the sentence complexity very beginner friendly, and we'll hit submit and let it do its thing. Also in this mode, you see that professional is missing as well. So I'm not gonna have you guys on standby waiting for this. What I'll do is I'll pause the video, or rather, instead of pausing the video, I just want to show you briefly the GetPage.site. So it allows you to deploy your custom websites in minutes, no code, free hosting via GitHub, auto deployment and no subscription. This is what it looks like. There'll be a link in the description if you want to check this out. This is really if you want to deploy a bunch of websites and just put out high value, useful information that Google would love to rank, especially if it's helpful, right? So instant free hosting, easy, complete, just submit the form, professional website, and it's very simple. I may do a video dedicated just to this. I actually have this plan, the GetPage Pro, because you know, building unlimited websites and you get all these pro features. But this video is not about that. I just figured I would show you that while we're waiting for this to do its thing, because it's going to take a little while. But while it's doing this thing, I'm going to actually pause the video and we'll jump back in once it's finished. Alright fans, so we back, and it did finish, and you can see that it it added the prompt right here, so that's already a no-go. Right, so once that's done, we definitely gotta delete that from there, because that don't make no daggone sense. But once again, you have the option here. You can copy it, you can save, and you can refresh. And I'm not sure what the refresh does, so let me just copy that. But I believe the refresh would probably change all that. But because I want to keep the content, I make sure I copied it. It's copied. And yeah, refresh, it pretty much just refreshes the page. So it's a good thing I copied the content before. So let's see if it'll let us do another one for free. So let me just pause this and so I can try to see what's going on here with this. I think it wants us to log in or create an account. Hold on. Okay, so we back. I just refreshed the page. So we're gonna hit check text. And well, we got like 3 or 5% less. So I guess it's better than nothing. Let's try again with originally.ai. Let's see if we get it down to 95%. No, we can't even get that. 100% confident that it's AI. So it's definitely not a good look to make such claims. But then again, maybe some of these AI detectors have done some updates from when this software had originally dropped. Oh wow, 0 GPT, it really did pretty good though. Let's see how it's going to do on Quillbot though. We got to take out some words here on Quillbot because we're over the limit here. So let's go ahead and do that. And wow, Quillbot got 9%, so I guess those claims are really just dependent on which AI detector that you use, because those two, it certainly did much better than the original Stealth. So we're going to go to Detect AI. And we'll see what Merlin is saying. Before it was in the high 40s. Let's see if it'll go down into the 30s or even the 20s. Wow, it actually did better than I even estimated it would. It went down to 10%. So what I can say is, with originality and Grammarly, you're not getting past that. No way. But with some of these other ones, these other names that are not as big, you'll definitely make it past that. So it works out. So those claims do hang true, but not for every AI detector. And then we have Entity Optimize. And I forget what this is exactly for. So I want to... What does the Entity Optimized content mean? Before we go into that, I want to go back and see what the Entity Optimized content actually means. So it says automatically structure content the way Google's AI understands. So this is if you're trying to rank with LLMs. It seems Google AI understands. So here we go. It even gives you some tips. Target keyword strategy, entity optimization, related keywords and entities, and advanced entity features. So it gives you all these tips right here to make your article optimized for Google's AI, which is pretty useful because now when you use google.com, you know they have the Google AI feature. So you have standard, single pass, and you have advanced entity, enhanced entity optimization. And with the AI overview style, you can have factual, third-person authority, balanced mixed perspectives, or personal experience based. We like balance on this channel, keeping things simple. So we have comprehensive, we have technical focus, commercial focus, authority focus, location focus, or brand focus. Let's just do a comprehensive, and we'll just keep it accessible at 8th grade level. And we'll stick with the 1250. And it says professional is balanced, so we'll just stick with balance. And we can go with region specific. And we're going to stick with what's been our topic, which has been affiliate marketing in 2025. Alright, we don't have any keywords enhancement, unfortunately, but we're going to switch to DeepSeek, include the FAQ, and include metadata suggestions. We're not going to use any of the AI detectors. Don't worry, family. I'm not going to waste your time going through that again. We just want to see what the content looks like when it's produced. So I'm going to submit it. I'm going to pause the video, and then we'll come back once it's ready, so you don't have to sit here and wait and look at a blank screen. So stand by, fam. Alright, fam, so we back, and it's wrapping it up. So as you can see right here, the entity count is 145 named entities detected. Okay, and summary answer, top entities, semantic terms, and then we have entity optimized article for affiliate marketing in 2025. And here's our article right here. And I think the only difference is using the semantic terms and the top entities, I believe. And we have our FAQ. And I don't believe they give us... Oh, it's still generating the metadata, so... There go the metadata right there. I was about to say, I don't think it had the metadata option, but it actually did. And it has the metadata suggestions. So everything there is good to go. So that's how that feature works. And once again, WordPress, get page, save it, Dropbox copy, or refresh if you want to do it again. So we done went through every mode, and now here's the strategy. And once again we could put affiliate marketing in 2025. We'll hit submit. Let it do its thing. Generating the SEO strategy. So I don't want to keep chopping in and out of the video to let it do its thing. But if it's going to take a long time, I definitely is going to pause the video and not have you waiting. So here's our strategy right here: the keyword cluster, the keyword, the search intent, and our title and meta description. So basically we take this information and we can plug it into mode and let it do what it's due. Right? So we have future trends, we have strategies, we have opportunities, consumer behavior, performance, legal and compliance. So it gives us a whole bunch of options right here. And you know, on this channel we love options. Right? So that's the AI SEO strategy. And so we can go to Programmatic SEO right here, and we have the title generator and the SEO automation in the bottom of the funnel. So let's go to title generator, and I love how it has the term there because we've been using it all video long. So let's hit submit. And I know this is a long video, family, but I just want to make sure I show you every part of the tool so you can completely understand what it has to offer. So the video is not long for no reason. So make sure I cover everything. So we got the head term right here, and then we have a whole bunch of titles that it just comes up with that we could use. Right? So that's the Programmatic SEO. And it even gives you an example for best hotels in, right? But you know, we've been sticking with affiliate marketing in 2025, and that's been working out tremendously. So here we got keyword research. Let's go with affiliate marketing in 2025. And we can search United States, United Kingdom, Australia, or Canada. Let's go ahead and hit analyze. And I don't know why it's saying September 2025, but it gives us the cost per click, the CPC. It doesn't give us a difficulty score. It gives us the intent, and it gives us the monthly search volume. So we can export this analysis, and that's in a JSON file, and we can hit the magic analysis, and it's gonna be generating suggestions. So let's just see what it does from here. I'm curious how affiliate marketing in 2025 only came up with one keyword, but I do want to see what this magic suggestions does. So what it does is it gives us an article suggestion, it gives us target keywords, and it gives us keyword metrics with the estimated monthly searches and the difficulty score. So not only does it give us one article, but it actually gives us 5 articles. So this is a great tool right here, the magic suggestions. And we can go to related keywords. So same thing, we'll put in affiliate marketing in 2025. We'll hit analyze and see what it comes up with, and it's based on Google search data. So it's not just making stuff up, pulling stuff out of the air. It's based on Google search data. So what I don't like is we don't get the difficulty score, but what we do get is we get the monthly volume, and we get the intent, and some of them has the cost per click, not all of them, but we can see the monthly value. And this is the only one that it gave us some kind of score, which is 35 out of 100 for green. And that is the monthly volume. Okay, so Some of these aren't related to affiliate marketing, but more so to 2025. But as you can see, it gave us about 1,000, or not 1,000, about 700. And once again, we can export the analyst, or we could do a magic analysis. Let's just hit the magic analysis, and I just want to see what it's gonna do with over 700 quote-unquote related keywords. So let's just see what the related keywords magic suggestions comes up with. So it did go in and take some of the keywords, related keywords, not necessarily our keyword, and once again it comes up with 5 article suggestions. So that's the related keywords, and then you have competitor analysis. You would just put in your website and you can uncover your most significant competitors in search. So I don't know, what could we use? Could we use Forbes or maybe Medium? Just want to test this out. And see what it comes up with. And then once we see what it does here, if we could even... Okay, so it shows the target domain and the amount of organic traffic and the estimated paid traffic and the estimated paid traffic costs for the month of October 2025. And then it shows other competitors and keywords in common. So it gives us some information here. I'm not sure what I would do with this, but then again, medium.com was just something that just came to my mind. But you probably would use your most significant competitors in the search to make use out of this actual function right here. And we can go over to helpful content. So this tool automatically extracts the primary content from the URL and performs helpful content analysis. So let's see. Let me go to my website, which I actually got to work on the blogs here. Let's choose one I think is pretty good. Let's choose this one. And let's see if it could actually read this blog here. I made it with Gamma. So let's see if it can actually read that blog there. We copied it. We'll hit analyze content and see if it can read it. Curious to see what it's going to say, since it's a bit of an embed, and the content score is actually failed. It's a 14%. So let's see what it gives me. 15%, 18 out of 120 for the content and quality. Expertise, I got a 10%. People first content, a 10%. The content is simply a brief statement with no original information, reporting, or analysis. It lacks depth. It does not contribute anything new to the topic. The content is minimal and does not provide any substantial or comprehensive description of a topic. It is too vague and lacks detail. I'm wondering how it got all this information. Now, I don't mind the low score, but I'm wondering if it's because it's an embed, because really this is just me repurposing my YouTube video into a blog. So I don't mind taking a hit from it, but I'm not sure. The content is too simplistic and lacks the depth expected in reputable publications. So that may be true. I do keep things simple and not too complex. The content is not sloppy. It appears hastily produced due to its lack of depth and detail. Okay, does not appear to be designed for search engine optimization, rather seems to lack purpose altogether. That's a tough critique. I accept that. Is the content mainly summarizing what others have to say without adding much value? The content does not summarize or reference other sources, nor does it add any value. So that's a tough critique right there. I take that. But it's just me repurposing my YouTube videos into blogs, so I didn't have too high of an expectation for this. But really, I should use it on a regular blog, but I don't want to drag a video on too long. But you can see that it actually does go out there and it does an analysis. Only thing about mine is I don't know if it's analyzing the page itself or is it analyzing the page with the embedded gamma. But I don't feel any way about it. I appreciate the function right there, and apparently I got some improvements to do. But moving on, because we're approaching about an hour on this video. So we have SEO performance. So we'll enter the same URL and we'll hit analyze. And then after this, we'll touch on the topical maps, and then we'll wrap this video up, family. I think at the price point for $99, this tool definitely, even though it's mainly AI, it's very well put together and it offers a lot of different functions. And it's something that I appreciate. Because once again, like Fast Writer, you just pretty much you give it a title, and then if you want, you add some keywords to enhance it, and then within about 1 to 5 minutes, it'll bang out a nice article that you can use however you want to, and it does it for you. So that's something I appreciate, having access to all these features in one place. So right now we're just waiting to get the page speed data and improvement suggestions, and it's still fetching the performance metrics. It's taking its time. I can appreciate that. I know the video is going on a little bit long, family, but just wanted to show you everything. And as you can see, I got dinged for page speed, probably because it's an embed. Accessibility is 87, best practices 73, and the SEO is 85. So pretty much it gives you the desktop page speed insights, right? The technology stack, the performance metrics, the SEO audit, and the SEO insights. So it seems like it's not actually catching the article because it's an embed, at least in this SEO. Because this right here is an embed. It's not actually on the page. This is an embed from Gamma. So maybe I might need to do this again with the content actually on the page and not on the embed. But that's fine. We'll just move on from here. And that's the SEO performance. And last but not least, we have the topical maps. And after this, I'll give my final thoughts and we'll wrap up the video. So the niche is affiliate marketing. And we'll use DeepSeek. We've been using it all along. And we'll let it do its thing. And say it'll take up about 30 seconds. So we'll let it do its thing. And so far, I'm pretty happy with Sigma SEO, particularly with the blog function, because once again, you just give it a keyword, you tell it the language you want and the country you want it to be in, the tone, and if you want to humanize it or not, and you're pretty much good to go. So I definitely can appreciate having a tool like this. And not only that, because you can take the content and you can push it out to your GetPage.site, which I showed you guys earlier in the video. If you're trying to just rank one of your helpful content sites, having this companion tool right here makes it simple. And on this channel, you know we love simple, and you know we love options. But even as a standalone, it has a lot to offer. From being able to humanize content, the stealth, the bypass. I think it has everything you need right here in this platform right here. So we got the topical map for affiliate marketing. We got the graph view. We can export as a JSON file. We can export as a text file. We got 4 pillar pages, 8 cluster topics, and 24 supporting articles, with the total number of content being 36. Alright, so we got pillar 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what happens when we click. As you can see, our pillars go down. And we can copy and paste it. Now, I see that we have these numbers right here, and the how-tos and the guide, and I believe this is like low competition. So it could be good to write an article on. And then we have content strategy right here. Yeah, here go the legend. So low difficulty, medium difficulty, high difficulty, and copy the keyboard. Right, so it gives you the content strategy, the publishing timeline, internal linking, and it actually gives you a priority order if you are going to consider writing these articles, what order you should go in. And that right there is the topical maps generator to build comprehensive topical maps for any niche. Pillar pages, cluster topics, and supporting articles to establish topical authority. So you have that here available as well in Sigma SEO. But with that being said, family, I'm going to end the video here, because we're about 3 minutes away from it being an hour. Once again, right now it's on Dealify for $99, and you get access to everything I just showed you for a one-time purchase on Dealify for $99. As of today, October 30th, 2025, it's available there. So if you're interested in learning more about it, there's a link in the description and the pinned comment below. Make sure you check it out. But with that being said, I'm going to end the video right here. And this is Brian, the introverted marketer. And it ain't hard to tell, it's simple. And I'll catch you on the next video, fam. Peace.